Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Cozy Christopher, and today we're talking about something that I literally stumbled on by chance. And the reason I stumbled on by chance is because everybody is crazy right now. So let me explain myself. So as you all know, I have been using a 48-inch monitor as my desk setup. 48-inch OLED as my desk setup for a year now, and I'm working on a year in review video. But I use the OLED C10 48-inch OLED television as my main PC monitor, and it has been amazing. But what I want to show you all today, what we're talking about today, is that out of nowhere, this Aorus FO48U has dropped, and I knew that they had 4K monitors coming out, but I did not know that they had an OLED coming out. And so out of nowhere, and I'm going to mute this because I don't know if I can use their stuff, but out of nowhere, they have this 48-inch OLED monitor that just came out of nowhere. And the reason I'm so excited, I think that's the 43-inch right there. They're going through all of their there's the 48-inch right there. I mean, look at that. That's ridiculous. I mean, pause that. This is ridiculous. So why I'm so excited is because let's talk about the one that I have, right? So first and foremost, if you're looking at a large format monitor, there's nothing better than the C10 48-inch OLED. There's just nothing better than that. And let me explain why. So if I go to show you the one that I currently have, and I'm going to do a follow-up video on what it's like to have an OLED monitor for a year, and if there's any burn-in, any of those things, we're going to talk about that. But look at this price for first off. So we got $1,296 and some tax and some change for a 48-inch OLED monitor. So if you're unfamiliar with OLED is completely the pixels completely light themselves. So when it's black, it's completely black because the light is off on that particular pixel. So there's no better contrast, there's no better picture quality, there's no better response time, there's no better lag time, and any of that. So let's look at the specs of the one that I have. So it's 48.2 inches, it's 48 inches, 16 by 9, it's 4K, it's HDR10, Dolby Vision, HLG, 1 millisecond response time, and it's 120 hertz refresh rate, and it has 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. 4 HDMI 2.1 ports. So that is your gaming PC through the brand new RTX 30 and the brand new AMD 6800, 6900 XT graphics cards. That is also all of your updated next-gen gaming consoles, all under one television without having to have any type of extenders, any hubs, any of that. So you got 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, which amazes me that Sony's and Samsung's are trying to get us out here with these one HDMI 2.1 port. Anyway, so here we are. You got 3 in the back, on the side. There you go. You got 1 on the back. RF antenna. Nobody uses that anymore. You got your headphone jack as well. Optical digital audio out, and again you have another headphone jack. You have eARC out. So HDMI 2.1 port 2 is eARC. You got your AC Wi-Fi, you have 3 USB, and then you have also an Ethernet LAN port as well as the Wi-Fi, 40 watt speakers. You got your smart TV. So what makes this phenomenal, and I often forget that this is an actual television, and I don't really use these features very much, but it's a television. And so you have all of your built-in LG WebOS apps. And so any app that you can think about that we use for the most part, including the Apple apps, are also built into this. So you got, let's keep going down. You got wall mounting. There's a smart remote. It's the magic remote, as you all have. You know, you love it or you hate it, but there's a pointer built in. There's a microphone built in. I don't know why people are so uptight. But in regards to that, like, it has everything that you can think of, and you know, Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, all built in. So that's enough of that, right? So it's $12.96 at the, you know, at most places right now. This one here is B&H, and then BrandSmart Here's the 2021 version of it. I brought this one up because it's basically identical, minus the fact that there's a gaming mode built into the 2021 version. So for about $400 more on sale right now, you get that version, and I would get it if you can find it. If not, if it's not on sale, then I would definitely stay with the 2020 version, because like I said, there's nothing that it doesn't have right now. But just wanted to point out the fact that Game Optimizer is the thing that the 2021 version has, and it puts it all into one place. But VRR, ALLM, eARC, HDIG, NVIDIA, G-Sync, FreeSync, that's all in the 2020 version. So you don't need this version to have it. It does have this nice little hub where it puts it all in one place for you to see through the new firmware for that version. But it's all still built into the 2020 version. But if you want to look at just the style of it, it's paper thin, it's clean, it's crisp. You know, what more can you say? So I'm not advocating for this, but if you're looking at a monitor of this size and you're not looking at this Aorus, get this. Price to value, there's nothing else that you can that can beat this. There's nothing. So now let's go look at the Aorus. And so here we are on Newegg. It's on sale here in the States right now for $14.99. So let's look through the pictures first. You saw the video. Let's look through the pictures. It's nice, it's clean, it's crisp. It's not as crisp and clean as the LG, but it is nice, and it does look good. But this is the thing that you get with this one that you don't get that with the LG. So, and the reason I point this out, it's really not that big of a deal. But when you're sitting in front of a 48-inch screen, you want to make sure you have enough space in between yourself and the screen so that you don't get eye fatigue. Because of the 16:9 ratio, there's not, I guess I'm looking at you. Because of the 16:9 ratio, there's not a lot of this or left or right or up or down. Because if you're far enough back and if you're in your chair comfortably, you never have to deal with that. And I have a large desk, and I can link the video here of when I opened this and went through the specifications of my desk. It's a huge desk, so I have no issues with eye fatigue or anything like that. I've had it for a year, and I cannot go to anything different after using this. But anyway, let's get back to this. So the big difference between the LG C10 or C1 and this, and the reason that I'm thinking about switching into this, is because this is an actual PC monitor. And so what that means is that it's built to be used with a PC monitor, whereas the OLED from LG is a television that I have purposed as a TV monitor. So it doesn't have the features that the Aorus has built into it to be used as a monitor. For instance, KVM. KVM is something that where you can hook peripherals into it, and then you can hook up multiple. So whether I'm using my gaming laptop, my desktop, etc., I don't have to change my peripherals, USB or Bluetooth and all that different stuff. It just works. Now, when I use my keyboard, I have to often use the cable if I want to use it with my gaming laptop or my work laptop, or I have to plug it into the USB into my docking station. And then anyway, there's a lot of steps. So this solves that. But first and foremost, DisplayPort 1.4, which the television doesn't have. Now, it's not a problem because again, there's 4 HDMI 2.1s, and I have a 30 series graphics card. But if you have the older series graphics card, you can't without the HDMI 2.1, and you need that DisplayPort. You can't use the LG C10, and so that's I don't have to worry about it, but I have to be cognizant that that is the reality for some people. It only has 2 HDMI 2.1s, but in my case, I could still use my gaming laptop for the. I can still use my gaming laptop. I can still use the DisplayPort for my main PC, and then I could use the 2.1s for my 2 consoles if I have them in this room, or my gaming laptop, either or. Now that is a downside to this one, but let's get to the upside. So there's the top the top down view. There's the from the back. It is VESA mountable, flush from the back, and then again from the front. So, but that's not what I'm excited about. What I'm excited about is that It's a 120 hertz screen, so I'm not losing anything from the screen. Now, I don't know where this panel comes from. I'm assuming it's an LG panel, but it does, you know, we know that processing does a lot. But anyway, 1 millisecond grade-to-grade response, supports FreeSync Premium. It does not support G-Sync like the LG, but it does support what is it, the open source sync version. I don't really use G-Sync very much because it lowers your frame rates, and I don't really play the games that you know, screen tearing is an issue for me. Anyway, OSD sidekick, picture-in-picture, dashboard, black equalizer, game assist. It has like the crosshairs and all that stuff. I don't really play the games to be able to use that, but picture-in-picture is huge for me, and the reason it's huge for me is because, again, I have multiple inputs into my LG, but I'm only able to use one at a time. So if I'm on my main computer, I'm on my main computer. If I'm playing the console, I'm on my console. This changes that. This changes it so that I could have my main PC going, I could have my camera going if I was doing some type of, you know, OBS type thing, or actually I could be running OBS on my main PC, and then I could have my console playing plugged in, and I could be playing my console through the native screen so that I could get the full 120 hertz to me. And then you all would see the output selected within OBS, which would be the 4K 30 or 4K 60 or 1080p, you know, however have it set up, right? But there's more possibilities with this. As of right now, I don't have those options. You know, so again, you know, you have also another thing that's cool. They have a built-in sound bar, as they call it. So you have two speakers that sit here, one that sits here, and you have a subwoofer that sits here, and they call it a built-in sound bar. And so that's extremely interesting. It's 10-bit color. So again, you know, you got 98% DCI-P3 color range, and I mean, I don't even know what else to say. You know what I mean? It's the first of its kind, and it still is able to do, you know, the other. Here's a grid here where it's talking about, you know, 120 hertz at FHD, 120 hertz at QHD. PlayStation 5 doesn't have that. 120 hertz at UHD, 10-bit, 98 DCI-P3, FreeSync, and then again, you know, with exclusive sound reinforcement techniques. Aorus FO48U presents you with the most pure and melodic sound experience and offers extra modes for tailoring to other game or other entertainment. This is crazy. And I mean, you all know I'm not this type of, like, I don't get excited, but I was hoping on the 2000, there's the soundbar. I was hoping on the 2021 version of the LG C10, the C1, that they would have picture-in-picture and other like monitor-oriented capabilities, because the first version, the 48-inch, was used so heavily as a monitor, and I was hoping that they spent a little R&D to add those features in, because quite honestly, I love the LG product line, and I love my monitor TV. I really don't need anything else, and I'm going to do a review to talk to you all about that. But again, there are some things like auto dim that happens on the television that particularly won't happen with the monitor by Aorus, because it's not built to be a television. And so it's just interesting, you know. So again, you know, just the fact that, and let me go, just the fact that you know, right now, you know, this came out of nowhere and no one's talking about it. They talked about the 43-inch version, and they talked about the 32-inch version, and I think that people still have the not misconception. I think people still have the feeling that the 48-inch is too large, but that's not the case. And you know, right now it even comes with a free copy of Outriders, the digital PC version. But it, you know, that's not a deciding factor, but it is cool, a cool added addition. But it's just, you know, when you look at what it is just a really solid monitor. And when it comes to OLED and picture quality and just visual for content creators, for casual gamers, even if you're a full-time professional gamer and you don't mind a large screen, it's 1 millisecond graded grade. It's 1 millisecond response time. Like, nothing is faster than an OLED display. And so I was so excited when I was on Instagram and saw that they were going live and that this product was out for almost a month now, and no one's been talking about it. And so now I'm like over here, like, I'm totally on the verge of potentially impulse buying this thing. And so I don't know. I mean, you all, I wanted to make a quick video to talk about this. You all tell me in the comments, would you ever use an OLED monitor? Are you worried about burn-in? Let me know in the comments if this is something you're interested in. I don't know, maybe I'll pick one up. I'm still undecided, but it's exciting. I'm super excited about it. But as always, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of all the videos that I make. And then also stay cozy in that crazy world, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.